When I sit on my surfboard in the ocean, I'm at peace. My legs dangle in the water. The current shifts my board slightly, pulling me to no particular destination. This is my happy place. I smell the brine sea breeze lightly blowing at my back. The sea level drops in preparation for the wall of salt water raining down. Sheer intensity is enough to disconcert even the most unflappable individual. I stare down the side of the wave as it curls intensely over the reef. This contradictory force of nature, so powerful, yet so peaceful. I started surfing only a year ago, but already I am amazed at the parallels I can draw to my own life. The wave itself is a beautiful thing. Similar to humans, each wave is different, but what drives the wave comes from a common place: the wind. The wave allows the wind to mold it and change it as it moves. This represents my ability to go with the flow and adapt to circumstances. For years, my dad was the coach of my baseball and basketball teams. You might think that was an advantage, but I was the last to bat and got the least amount of playing time. My dad knew I can take it. He had to deal with competitive parents, making sure every kid got their fair share of playing time. I was able to let it roll off my back. Just like that, I'd unknowingly learned a valuable skill in life, but it wasn't until I started surfing that I realized how valuable that skill could be going forward. I've also adapted to changes in my family. Just a few years ago, we were a family of 5. Now, with both my siblings off at college, I have fit in as the only child home, and I've learned to become a part of adult conversations that used to seem foreign to me. As a beginner surfer, taking the drop or picking a line down the wave to ride can be one of the toughest obstacles physically and mentally. Committing to a line requires a surfer to be brave and vulnerable to a wipeout. Similarly, over the past few years, I have grown more confident in my own thoughts and opinions and have grown to love public speaking. Whether I'm in front of an audience or on top of a wave, the butterfly feeling in my stomach threatens to change the way I react. The most important factor for overcoming this fear is recognition. Out in the water, you must be aware of your surroundings. Once I recognize what is causing my fear, I can carry on confidently. Riding the wave is where most of the action happens. While the ride requires quick thinking, the most important factor for surfing success is being able to see the whole situation. What is ahead? What is around? What is behind? In every life situation, try to have perspective. The more we can peel back to see the whole picture, the more knowledge we have to make sound decisions. Whether I'm playing basketball and trying to see the whole court, or dealing with peer social situations, having perspective keeps me from sweating the small stuff. As you can see, that's me, on my first wave ever. I look like I'm having fun, right? Based on my talk so far, I'm sure you'd assume I was jumping around restlessly to get in the water for the first time. The funny thing is, I wasn't. That picture was taken on family vacation last summer. My mom was trying to figure out something fun we could do as a family. We could have either rented jet skis or surfboards. Now, being the adventurous individual I like to think I am, jet skis won me over. I proceeded to go on with my dad on vacation. Let's just say I did not get to bed at a decent hour that night. Next morning, I woke up to my mom screaming, "Get ready!" Now, for those of you who don't know me, I love my sleep. I remember being angry with her. I remember being frustrated by the fact that she scheduled an activity without my consent and then proceeded to wake me up for it, on vacation. I slugged up out of bed and headed to the beach. All it took was one wave. One wave, and instantly I was hooked. I look back at that time and laugh at myself for how arrogant and selfish I was that morning. Happy to know I'll never be like that ever again. Surfing has taught me to embrace the unknown and to try new things. That can be difficult in the fast-paced modern world we live in, but I want to challenge everyone to open themselves up to the possibility of something new. The waves are like my life. They have deep sections and steep parts that are choppy, and they have flatter sections that are smooth. I feel safe in the water. Surfing allows for the space and the time to reflect on the people we are and the people we want to be. Surfing gives the ability to reflect and to redefine what our goals are. As long as you stay true to yourself and remain easygoing but adaptable, confident but respectful of others, and maintain perspective, you can take all the waves head on. To the outside world, this may seem relative to the person I am. After all, not everyone is drawn to the ocean. But I believe there are benefits to surfing even if you aren't the most experienced person in the water. Not to mention, the two most important factors for boosting optimism and reducing stress and anxiety are to get outdoors and to exercise. The mental health benefits to surfing are evident. Surfing has even been prescribed to kids with physical and mental disabilities, as well as adults with PTSD. The intimate interaction with nature helps the prefrontal cortex focus and helps stabilize mood. The mental health benefits of surfing transforms a simple activity into something much more. You're able to take something as intangible as a feeling and transcend those feelings into expression in the water. On the drop, everything going in your life takes a backseat. Making that wave is the only thought on your mind. This leads me to one of the most powerful attributes of surfing. Surfing allows you to stay in the present moment. A study from Microsoft Corp shows that our attention spans have decreased from 12 seconds to 8 seconds in the last 20 years due to the increasingly digitalized lifestyle. With virtual school in full effect and the boom of Zoom, this problem is only being expedited. The desire to live in the present moment has never been more prevalent. A common juxtaposition in surfing is that surfing is so peaceful, yet so violent at the same time. Venture too close to shore, and your world is turned upside down. Out behind the breaking waves, there is a sense of tranquility you just can't find anywhere else. The sense of living in the present adds to the calming effect. Surfing is about focusing on the moment in front of you. The ocean washes the world away for a few hours. In these technological times, it can be easy to get caught up in the chaos of life. But when you're in the ocean, time slows down. In an interview with surfing legend Greg Long, he says, "I don't believe there's any escaping the madness that exists within the walls of our fast-paced modern world. What you can do is learn to control where you focus your attention and how you react to your surroundings. That's one of the most prominent and primal lessons surfing teaches us. Worry about what may happen too far ahead or which that has already passed, and you're likely to falter. Fight too hard against the flow of energy around you, and you will struggle. The best version of ourselves exists when we are living and operating within the present moment." I know that was a lot, but I feel to get the most out of the wisdom from Greg, you have to hear the entire quote. As a surfer, sitting on your board, staring at the horizon, there's only one thought on your mind: the ocean. Constantly, you're analyzing each wave as it rolls past. Thoughts start to rush your brain. How can I put myself in the best position to catch this wave? Will I be able to make it? Will I be able to take a wipeout if I fall? Everything hits at once, and for those few hours, everything fades into the far distance. For those few hours, trying something new resembles something we were meant to do. Thank you.